Stugotz here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love a good gummy. Whether I'm on the golf course or winding down after a long day of carrying the show on my back, all I need is one good gummy to help me totally relax. And now, thanks to my good friends at CBDMD, getting Delta 9 THC gummies shipped directly to your door is not only possible, it's easy and affordable. How about that? Every CBDMD Delta 9 gummy is packed with 10 milligrams of THC per gummy. And let me tell you, buddy, they work. CBDMD also has Delta 9 microdose capsules that feature 1 milligram of THC, so it's easy to enjoy them whenever, wherever. And listen, I know it's easy to get confused with all the different Deltas out there, but Delta 9 THC is the same good old-fashioned THC we've all known and loved for years. To learn more about Delta 9 and everything else CBDMD has to offer, just head to cbdmd.com/Dan. Once again, that's cbdmd.com/Dan for information, education, and the best damn gummies you've ever had. Must be 21 years or older to purchase Delta 9.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
We're presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Dan for a special offer when you sign up. That's code Dan, only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Stugotz came in here a bit spicy today.
Why?
I don't know.
Spicy.
I don't know why you came in spicy, but you...
14 days off, I mean.
So...
A little spicy.
You don't want to be back, or like...
No, I do want to be back. Listen, I miss the smell of urine in that garage. I miss the commutes. I missed you. I miss Greg Cody. I missed the shipping container. I missed everyone. Mike is sweating. I mean, the pits are sweating.
Yeah.
How about that?
The boys are back.
Yeah.
Mr. Pitts.
The reason that Stugotz, or I think Stugotz is spicy, I don't know if there are other reasons, is because he came in here and upon seeing Greg Cody, by way of hello, he says, "Is today the day we say the thing?" And I'm like, "What's the thing?" And Greg Cody's like, "The opportunity has to present itself to say the thing." And so I'm like, "What's the thing? Is today the day we're saying the thing?"
It could be.
It might be.
Yeah, it could
But
be.
what opportunity do you need in order to say
has
the
to
thing?
present itself.
Can I
Yeah,
just
it does.
ask you to say the thing, or that's not one of the
That's
things?
not the
That's
opportunity.
You
not the
don't
way
do
to-
that. You don't do that.
You don't force
Yeah,
the
you
thing.
don't force the thing. The thing
Yeah.
just comes to you, Dan.
Yeah, just be
in
careful
normal
with the thing.
conversation.
Yeah,
You're going to want to be
Yeah.
careful with
Yeah,
this.
you can't let it insist upon itself. It has to be a natural flow.
I will tell you that Greg is very hesitant to say the thing.
I am.
I know he wants to say the thing. I am perfectly willing to say the thing, but I will not force saying the thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
It. Yeah,
That's fair.
And I would love for everyone to know what the thing is, but we're going to have to find out together because I don't know what the thing is. And I'd like to prod it out of you by just saying, hey, why don't you tell everybody whether today is the day we're going to say the thing?
You don't force the thing.
Well, will you let us know when the thing was said, or will the thing be said and we just won't know that
Well, can
was
we
the
have
thing?
hints? Can we have some hints around the thing so
You'll-
that we
you'll
can
know the
expect
thing.
it? We'll know it?
You'll know the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It'll
when we
be
get to the
obvious.
thing.
Yeah.
I know the thing.
The thing will come at the right time.
Yep.
Right.
I know a thing, but I don't know if it's the thing that you know.
Well, wow.
I don't know if
What's your
Greg
thing?
know. So we know a thing
things?
that I don't know that Greg knows.
What's your
Chris,
thing?
does Greg know the thing?
I don't know the thing.
Hold on.
Do
Let's,
I?
Off mic,
Well,
just
no,
ask
That
the
was
thing.
good teamwork
I
right
think
there.
what Billy is doing there is there's some sort of secret about Greg Cody that they're wondering whether the audience should know, and his own son's a bit of an oaf and can't keep up with what's happening around
I don't
here.
know anything.
So Greg doesn't know the thing that I know, so that's not Greg's thing. But my thing is Greg related.
Yeah, but my thing is the same as Greg's thing. So why don't you try your thing first? You want to say
Well,
your
that's
thing?
not how the thing comes up. You just
No, it
said
has to
it's
come
got to
up
come up
naturally.
You're right.
casually. You don't
You're
just
right.
ask
You're
and
right.
get the
Yeah.
thing. That's what you just did to me.
I just
Fair
realized
point.
the
Yeah.
thing. My thing is totally different from your thing or your thing. I got a completely different thing that I thought was the thing.
Is it stuff the audience would like? Is all of it
Oh,
stuff the
my
audience
Oh,
would
the
like?
audience
thing
would love
is-
our
Yeah,
thing.
we want that.
We got more than one thing.
Welcome
yeah.
things, you know?
Yeah.
The
Things will
audience
come at the right time.
will like my thing. Dan will hate my thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing that all of these things I will hate.
No,
I'm
no,
guessing
you'll
that-
love my thing.
You'll love our
You'll
thing,
love my
I think.
You're
yeah.
passionate about my thing.
Yeah. It's ours, right,
So
Greg?
It is ours.
You're telling me there's the possibility that today, as Stugotz and I storm in off vacation and Stugotz is spicy, You're telling me that there's the possibility in the first few minutes that we're here back at it after Amin and Zach Harper, who have very bad judgment, tried to end everything Meadowlark Media tries to be about in the last 2 hours yesterday?
Really?
You're telling me that what I've arrived to is the possibility that soon in today's show, 3 things will be revealed? Three different
big things.
3 big
Wow.
Yeah.
Ours the biggest.
Yes.
No, I know my thing makes Dan feel things. Yeah.
Do all of these intersect though? Do they match? Like if Mike says the thing, is it going to be shocking to all of us? Is it or?
Well, my thing is particularly local.
So is ours. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Billy, is yours local?
I think we're
No.
No.
Now I'm starting to think we're crossing things.
It could
You
be.
think we have the same thing?
I think we do.
Are the 3 things the same thing? Is there any possibility of
Billy's
that?
working off a
Billy's is different.
No,
His is
mine's
national.
But
yeah.
but
Yeah.
what, the one
International.
thing we have concluded is
International.
Chris Cody knows nothing.
That's right.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so that's the thing. That's the thing we can agree on. Everything's the same as I left it.
But hold on. If 2 of these things are specifically local, we should address the things in the local hour, right?
If they come up naturally. So I've got a list of stuff in front of me here that I missed while I was on vacation that I wanted to go over with you guys because I don't know what you've been talking about.
Well, hopefully you get to the thing.
Well, I'm gonna cast a wide net here to see if I lure out 2 of the things here in the local hour.
All the secrecy is getting me excited. I kind of want to show my thing.
Everybody wants to show their thing.
I want Tony to show his thing.
I quickly wanted Greg Cody to show his thing. You
Damn
guys tell
right.
me, nope, it's got to come up at its own time. I don't think it comes up anymore.
Do me a favor. Get a piece of paper, and show me your thing.
A little peek.
Wait a minute. You can't know the thing that
You want me to
asking?
write
No,
down?
No, wait a minute.
Greg,
Don't
let's
do
write
that
it
to
down.
the audience. You guys are assholes.
Hey, no, I'll show you. Look,
Hold up.
No,
Hey, wait a minute, I didn't do anything, yo.
Language.
I just got here.
Greg,
Yeah.
I'm going to show you my thing. You show me your thing.
Okay.
No, wait a minute.
Don't look, Dan.
Do not do this where you guys have more information than the audience and continue to tease the thing because now the audience right now wants to know all 3 things. I want to know all 3 things. I'm out of the loop here. I don't know anything that's going on. And now you guys are going to share information and you told me it's got to come up naturally. You can't just ask for the thing. You guys made the rules and now you're going to break them right away.
Greg, since I'm sitting like Mike has better sight lines to me, I'm going to hold up. I wrote it down, Mike.
I'm going to come in there, show you my thing.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'll show you mine.
Yeah.
You have to look closely.
Stugotz and I have the same thing.
Yeah, we do.
But how do you know? You spoke before about the
They
thing.
didn't speak
it's
about it.
unspoken.
They think they have the thing. That was the language they were speaking
Right.
when I got in here. Like I was not clear.
Stugotz and Mike are now verifying things over there in the corner, Dan. Oh, different.
I do have a bigger thing.
Yeah.
I have a bigger thing.
Much bigger.
That's surprising. That's an
I mean,
upset.
isn't that an
Unbelievable.
upset? Yeah. I mean, how about that? My thing is bigger than Mike's. I mean,
Well,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ours is bigger.
yeah, me and Greg. Yeah. We have bigger things.
share it.
So Stugotz and Greg
Much
are the
bigger.
same size?
Much bigger.
Yeah, and bigger than Mike.
How about bigger than Billy?
Well, now I'm going to walk in and I'm going to just show Stugotz because I can't show Greg because the thing kind of is a surprise for Greg.
Oh,
But
it's
he's
about
not
me.
gonna
Wow.
So
talk
now,
about it.
Billy, wait a minute. So what's happening right now is that you're about to come in here with your big thing. You think it's a big thing, but Mike has now seen the things.
I'm telling all my friends about how huge his thing
Okay,
is.
well,
The camera of
hopefully
the thing.
hopefully
I don't even want. I'm not showing my thing anymore.
Why are you assuming
You're ashamed of your
I'm
thing?
ashamed of my thing.
you're assuming, Mike Ryan, that it's not or it is going to come up casually today on the show because I now want all 3 things. I want to see in retrospect what it is that just happened. Billy, get your thing in here quickly.
No,
please.
let's just cut out my thing. I don't want to. I'm not showing my thing anymore.
Okay, you're ashamed of your thing because Stugotz's thing and Cody's thing is so giant.
It tramples his thing.
is.
Yeah.
Can I see your thing?
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah.
say the
This was. Don't tell anybody.
Whittingham,
Right.
how good is that thing?
He thought he had the biggest thing, and then
Yeah, but it's
Right.
It's a little.
It
thing.
pales.
It's
in
something-
A
comparison.
little underwhelming, it looks like, by Woody's reaction.
All right, it's a little local thing. Yours is a little local thing that may
Yes.
come up now or may not, may be gone forever because you're now ashamed of it. Billy, get in here. And you are now sharing this only with Stugotz, and Stugotz is now the juror on Are you going to be the judge on whose thing is bigger, yours or Billy's?
Wait, Billy wants to see my thing. It's Greg's also. Give him some credit, okay? I mean,
It's a code thing.
It's hard for me to top his thing too. I can try to dress up my thing, do some fancy things with my thing, but his thing is just so much bigger than my thing.
Billy has a thing.
Stugotz.
I mean,
Stugotz was looking at it, and there was longing in his eyes.
There's a thing.
I saw it. Stugotz gave away.
I didn't have Billy as someone who would show his thing.
He
I'm a
showed it to
shower,
me,
yeah.
and it's big. It's impressive.
All right,
It was a Tony level gaze from Stugotz.
Yes.
All right, let's see if it
It's a
comes
big thing.
in the netting of the sports stuff I missed, because I do want to talk about some of the things locally that people care about, because I'm legitimately excited for this Dolphins season. And God, it's been a long time since I could say something like that. And why? That's near the thing?
You're getting close to the
You're
thing.
getting close to the thing. I mean, we're very close to the thing. I mean,
We're close to the thing. Pick something that's close to the thing.
Wait, I don't want to get. I don't know. That's too fast. All of that's too fast. The thing has to happen at the end. It can't happen. It can't be this.
I mean, it happens when it happens. We don't force the thing.
I'm going to go somewhere else.
That was just the tip, dude.
Mike is claiming, you speak of tips,
Yeah.
exclusive reporting, in this exciting Dolphin season. Mike is claiming that the idea of Gesicki being traded, Dolphin fans don't want him traded. I would guess, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, that Dolphin fans are saying, wait, no, Gesicki makes everything better. You need him. And if I say to you, nope, coach needs a blocking tight end, needs to be a blocker. They don't need him. That's not what, they're not doing that anymore. Whatever you wanted from Gesicki, no, they don't need it anymore. They won't get very much for it, even though it looks to you valuable, because I'm like, yeah, throw it to that guy. He seems to catch it all the time, and he's hard to cover. But you claim to have started that. You broke that story.
Yeah, we started the fire. We started the fire. Just asking, seeing snap counts and seeing how Gesicki was being used in the preseason and comparing Gesicki's skill set to that of George Kittle's and some other stops of the Kyle Shanahan offense. And Mike McDaniels told us he plans on running. You have to be able to block at that position in order to get playing time. And that is not what this tight end does. This tight end is basically a wide receiver. He's lined up as a wide receiver the majority of last season. So he's playing late into preseason games. He's not getting the majority of the snap count. He's obviously got an in-demand skill set. He is a special tight end when it comes to receiving. He's a good fit for a lot of teams around the NFL, and this is a team that gave up draft picks for Tyreek Hill. This is a team that just got draft picks because of the tampering. He's an asset. You have a pretty skillful offense. It might make a lot of sense to just trade this player away and get some picks in return and start playing some tight ends that are a little bit better at blocking.
But if you don't think that he's a tight end, then why not just call him a receiver? And if you treat him as a receiver, would he not be one of the three best receivers on your team? And I know that their receiving group right now is catered on speed, but based off of his numbers from his career, he's a very good wide receiver. And if you put a player of that size
From the tight end position, though.
Well,
with safeties
not
and
really,
linebackers
not
covering
really.
him. Yeah, I think.
You think he's a better wide receiver than, say, Cedric Wilson?
No.
Yes.
No. Come on.
Yes.
No.
If you
Come
look
on.
at his
No,
career,
but his speed.
If we line up Cedric Wilson and Gesicki and ask him to do wide receiver drills, Gesicki's going to be really good for a tight end. He's not going to be good for a wide receiver like Cedric Wilson.
but if we're saying you stick him towards the line of scrimmage and use him in your offense, like his receiving production would indicate a player who can now. Some of this is related to the fact
when
that
linebackers are covering him.
Correct.
Or safeties are in the box. Like,
Yes.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. I rate the player. I think he's a good player, and I'd be curious to see how McDaniel actually uses him, because the tight ends he's usually been around are primarily blockers. George Kittle is a phenomenal receiver and a really terrific blocker.
right, that's the thing, right? Like, you have somebody that's so multifaceted in that role. When you use him, now he's an ultimate blocker. Like, him and Gronk, I think, are the two best blocking and receiving tight ends that we have. And then you go to Gesicki, who's not a blocking tight end. You can't line him up out wide and just have him do the same things.
But from a talent perspective, he for me is one of the 5 to 7 best receiving tight ends, and you're just going to give that up because he doesn't fit your system. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I don't like giving up talents because
I'm with you.
because we're placing the priority of the coach over the talent.
But he has value, doesn't he?
I understand, but he has value, like
Right.
Chris says, and you've lost some draft picks here that you weren't accounting for losing.
But
Have
then
you not lost the value though? By this is rare before a season where the Dolphins have someone who's clearly available to the league, and anyone would value that. That the league, anyone can use what he does. There are a lot of them now in the league, guys who do that, but the Dolphins do have something that has value that ceases to have value the closer we get to the season, and they need roster spots, and he's not going to be helping them because what's just happened is a player that we know to be valuable. We don't get many of those in football around here. We can all see it. He's responsible for one of the 2 greatest catches in Dolphins history. It's him and Aronde Gadsden, one-handed across the middle. We've never seen anything like it.
You left out Nat Moore. That's not fair.
No, I called
Helicopter.
Gesicki's the best tight end in Dolphin history. I called him that last year, and I stand by that. But I just
Randy McMichael would like a word.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Yes! Play that game.
Yeah.
You know how pathetic of a counter that is, like historically.
Bruce Hardy would like a word.
Yeah.
Joe Rhodes would like a word.
Keith Jackson.
big
Keith
dog.
Jackson.
Troy Drayton would like a word is not exactly the own you think it is.
Anthony Fasano would like a word.
Whittingham, I think one of the things that's interesting about whether or not they trade him or can use him is I think that's the epicenter of us not understanding what we're watching, Whitty, because you're like, good player. Why couldn't anybody use him? Why couldn't he be good in any system? And McDaniel is here to revolutionize the way all this stuff is done, and they really have chosen. With the trade they made and the coach they have, they've chosen to go all in on, no, we ride the coach, the scheme. If he tells us this guy doesn't fit, sorry, Gesicki, you're going to have to leave because this looks to be something like the most explosive offense from receivers that the Dolphins have had like since Duper and Clayton, since Marino.
Yes. This is a conversation we're not used to having about the Miami Dolphins, which is why they're really good. They just cut Sony Michel, a pretty good running back, because he wasn't even their 4th best running back. Now we're talking about trading Mike Gesicki, who is a starting caliber tight end in the league, but doesn't fit this team. And I love that Mike McDaniel is being true to his strength, which is he's a run game guru, and it's his run game which requires a blocking tight end, which is going to make all the more open lanes for Tyreek, for Waddle. That's why Tua is going to be really good this year, is because he's got a running game.
There's a lot of outside runs that are designed within this offense. They got speedy backs. Mostert's one of the fastest backs in the NFL right now. And in order to get, he's the fastest. In order to get to those outside runs, you need a tight end that can generate some push at the line of scrimmage. Gesicki's not that. He very well may be a Pro Bowl caliber tight end. I think he's excellent. But this is all about getting value.
Correct.
The Stephen Ross tampering thing was not something you necessarily saw coming, and you should probably take the opportunity. And I know what the point that Dan was trying to make, which is, well, teams have you over a barrel ready to show you the 50 states because they know that you don't necessarily need him. But he's on a franchise tag. He's on an expiring deal anyways.
Thank you, Roy. Roy, thank you. I don't know why Mike went into maximum football analysis guy, Roy, but thank you. You noticed the same thing that I did. He got to yammering and all of us tuned out, except somebody was put over a barrel.
And all 50 states.
50 states.
What
Something
is that
happened. Yeah.
It's a saying.
What
That's
is
a
that? I've
thing.
never heard that.
It's an no, it is. It is now.
You miss a lot over the last 2 weeks. I mean, that's honestly like basically a drinking game right
Show
now.
cannon.
Yeah.
Charles Clay would like a word.
Was this one of the things? Was any of what we did one of the things?
No, but
okay.
you're brushing up against one of the things.
You are. Yeah.
And you're brushing up against a huge.
Not your thing.
Okay.
My thing I tore up already. I don't have a thing anymore.
Why?
No, Mike. No, Mike.
Because I can.
No, Mike.
My thing is not as big as Stugotz's.
No,
now.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It
We
doesn't
still
matter.
want it, though.
Size doesn't matter.
All right.
We want the payoff. But it doesn't. It has to come
Mike's
up
going to show
naturally.
his thing. No, he's going to show his
There's
thing.
plenty of
I
opportunity.
bet your thing's nice.
All right. Hang on. I'm gonna write
It's not
down.
about the size of the thing, it's the motion of the ocean.
What are you doing?
What is happening?
What are you
here?
doing?
Dirty.
What, that's winning him not knowing how to play the game because he doesn't have a thing.
Barrels and motions of the ocean.
All right. I'm gonna
What's
turn
going on
around.
here?
50
I'm gonna turn
states,
around.
I mean.
I'm
What
gonna
is
turn
the-
around, guys.
Hold on.
And I'm gonna show you my thing.
Hold on. Why is it placed there?
You're going to show the shipping
Those are
container.
cool
your thing.
pants, by the
All right,
way.
I've seen the thing. Not that
What kind of
impressive.
pants are those?
Those are cool pants.
I got to squint to see this thing. Yeah, it's not that big.
Mike, should I come in and show him my thing?
A lot of people have that.
Yeah, I'll show you my thing.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You're gonna like this
A
thing.
lot of people have Mike's thing.
This is our thing. It's mine and Greg.
Yeah.
Very average.
Chris, while we're talking and while we're waiting for Stugotz to go in there with his giant
Why is he
thing,
taking his time?
because it's Stugotz.
He's writing it again. You already had it written.
Greg,
I spelled the word wrong.
I need to filibuster.
cares?
I need to filibuster while I wait for him to get in position. It's a little slow. He's been off for 14 days and he came in spicy. I want to make fun of your dad
That's tomorrow.
because we were excited about the Dolphins and he flew right into homer mode and like he is now maximum in on the Dolphins. The Dolphins are going to win how many games this year? 15?
15.
Whoa.
Wait,
Hang on.
Well, hold on. We have to do win-losses still. We started that a couple weeks ago.
Let's just put everything on pause until we see Stugotz's
Yeah,
thing.
because this conversation is dangerously close to the flame.
Yeah.
If you catch
Is it?
me. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
Thank you.
How did you spell that word wrong?
Cannot believe that.
No, Dan almost saw it. Dan almost saw
I
it.
can't see that. Oh my god.
Roy, your eyes bulged. Your eyes were stunned. How many hints can you give us here on talk around the thing because we can't give it away? But how big is it?
It's a launch. It's a monster. It's just gigantic.
Big.
Not to toot my own horn, but I've seen a lot of big things in my day. That might be the biggest.
Okay. Wow. I do want to get, and I hopefully will get, to all of these things
Dolphins, Pats, week 1.
so that we could get the payoff. Tyreek Hill says to Armando Salguero that the Chiefs threw him in the trash, threw him to the side like he was trash. I don't know why Tyreek Hill now all of a sudden has a problem with the Chiefs. It seemed like everything was going fine.
Not there anymore. That's why.
But it seemed like they were all happy, and then he could get money, and they could get draft picks, and but
Podcast.
Are we now learning that he was not happy in Kansas City, and that's why he's not there?
He wanted this contract in Kansas City. Kansas City did not want to give him that contract. Therefore, he felt like trash. And honestly, my takeaway from all the Tyreek Hill quotes is, man, Kansas City did a great job making sure he didn't talk. The guy can't shut up now. He's everywhere. He's making news every day. I see a new tweet about something he said. What did he say in Kansas City that you remember?
He came here to be a star, came here to be a leader, came here to be Rick Ross is on my podcast, came here to Miami to be Miami, to become a star in the league, and started his podcast with his friend. I told you guys the story. We were going to do a home and home. He was going to come here. We were going to do something. It's sort of welcome to Miami. He was going and doing like 4 or 5 people from Miami because he wants to start the podcast here because he wants to be a star in this city. Kansas City wouldn't let Kelsey do the dating show. Kansas City, very good at shutting all this down. No, we don't need flamboyance. We don't need anything. We need to boo unity.
He did that show, though.
I know, but they didn't want him to, and then he regrets. Didn't we
Did it
talk
anyway,
to him?
though.
Yeah, but he didn't love afterward. I think he regrets doing it. Whatever. It was probably a mistake. It was probably something he shouldn't have done, and Kansas City as an organization was wise to not want him to do it. But Tyreek Hill wants to be a star here. Is that not clear?
Very. Yeah.
And wants to be the leader of this team, wants to be the guy, because in Kansas City, hey, who was responsible for the success? Was it Tyreek Hill or was it Patrick Mahomes? Hey, who was responsible? Yeah, both of them. But he comes here, hey, Tua ain't been shit. If he makes Tua, if McDaniel says to us, Stugotz, if he says to us, when I heard Tyreek Hill was available, I did not know a non-quarterback player of this caliber who could break the league would be available. I said, give them everything. I just want space. I want a coach. Give them everything in exchange for Tyreek Hill. The reason that there's this enthusiasm around the Dolphins, the reason why the Browns have been the last couple of years is because Tyreek Hill has brought all of that to Miami. Miami hasn't been relevant in 20 years. He's made them that.
The speed is just so exciting. But I have a theory about, at least on Tyreek's comments about Tua and in relation to how good Patrick Mahomes is. In talking to Mike McDaniel, he kind of alluded to, he didn't really get into it, but he alluded to, last year's staff didn't exactly stand by this quarterback. It wasn't a great situation that Tua was in. And I think that Mike McDaniel has turned to Tyreek Hill to ask him to be a leader, give him this confidence, the confidence that he saw at that charity luau. and just make sure that this guy knows that when he goes out there, he's a killer, he's a leader, and you all believe in him. And I think he's amplifying his own beliefs and putting it out there for the public to lift his quarterback up.
Correct. And Tua needs that. He needs what he's getting publicly from Tyreek. Tua's the most maligned top 5 quarterback in history in his first 2 seasons in this league.
You have him as a top 5 quarterback?
Okay.
Top 5 draft
Selected.
pick. Top 5 draft pick.
Okay.
Not all time.
Think about it.
He
Agree
might
to disagree.
be. He might be top 5
Agree to
in
disagree.
Okay, well,
Mike?
all time in Dolphin history.
NFL. I love this kid.
Okay. Malign means unfairly criticized. Okay? Deshaun Watson is hanging over his head. Tom Brady's hanging over his head. Now Lamar Jackson comes back as somebody chasing him. It's never been about Tua on this team. Now, when you have Tyreek Hill saying he's my quarterback, he's the most accurate guy I've ever caught passes from, that lifts Tua. And it lifts the opinion of Tua from other people. And that's valuable. I think Tua needs that. And it's all, Tyreek Hill being outspoken is good every which way. It makes the Dolphins interesting. It helps his podcast. It helps his brand.
I don't trust him to say the right things the rest of the season. Like, I don't trust him to not say a wrong thing somewhere.
Oh, it could be.
You want Tyreek Hill? Like, Kansas City shut down. When I talk about where organizations try to shut down personality value, this sport does it better than any of them. Not only our quarterbacks are going to matter. Nobody else is going to be a star.
Right.
Only our quarterbacks are going to be in the commercials. Everyone else is interchangeable.
Yeah, and Tyreek needs to be the star of this team. If after 3 or 4 games he's still looking for his first touchdown catch, then let's see how affable he is.
But I'm wondering what you don't trust, meaning if things go bad, if they go the other way. As long as they're winning, he's playing well, and Tua's playing well.
I'm saying to you that Kansas City did not trust Tyreek Hill to be around microphones full of himself in front of everyone. They shut it down. We didn't get to know him. He came in there under the cover of scandal. Like, he's got shit in his past, and we were going to do the Home and Home podcast thing, and I'm like, sure, let's do that. You come here, I'll go there, and we'll sit down and talk, and we'll welcome you to Miami. And as soon as I said, and I'm going to have to ask you some questions about some of the stuff that happened that you've talked about, that all disappeared. No, thank you. Going to move it on. And what I'm saying to you is, if you give carte blanche at the microphone, be prepared for some of the things that happen not to be nice and neat for your team that doesn't want distractions in the middle of a week. However it is that is. He's got a podcast to make. He's got a stardom to chase. Like, Tyreek Hill wants to get here and improve his brand. He wants to use the Dolphins to help. I'd like to be a star now. I'd like to be someone who comes from Miami, is part of culture. Hey, maybe I made Mahomes. I'd like to be in the commercials with Mahomes.
Right. And Mahomes is always going to be the star in Kansas City and will be for the next 12 years.
Stugotz here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love a good gummy. Whether I'm on the golf course or winding down after a long day of carrying the show on my back, all I need is one good gummy to help me totally relax. And now, thanks to my good friends at CBDMD, getting Delta 9 THC gummies shipped directly to your door is not only possible, it's easy and affordable. How about that? Every CBDMD Delta 9 gummy is packed with 10 milligrams of THC per gummy. And let me tell you, buddy, they work. CBDMD also has Delta 9 microdose capsules that feature 1 milligram of THC, so it's easy to enjoy them whenever, wherever. And listen, I know it's easy to get confused with all the different Deltas out there, but Delta 9 THC is the same good old-fashioned THC we've all known and loved for years. To learn more about Delta 9 and everything else CBDMD has to offer, just head to cbdmd.com/Dan. Once again, that's cbdmd.com/Dan for information, education, and the best damn gummies you've ever had. Must be 21 years or older to purchase Delta 9.
Dan Le Batard.
Should Greg Cody of the Miami Herald be allowed to wear a clothespin on his nose?
Hell yeah.
When we smear cat food on his face in a little bit? But you know what he told me, Mike? He told me he suffers from GERD.
Stugotz.
I do suffer from GERD, and I'm got a message to Dr. McGillicuddy. He's trying to fax over an injunction to prevent me from doing it because I do suffer from GERD, the digestive reflux disease.
Yeah.
GERD, like Gerd Müller, the former soccer player from Germany. And, it's a serious thing, whether you're laughing about it or not. Garden it.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I want to see a thing. I gotta see a thing.
We got to get there naturally.
I mean,
We're right there. I don't know what
So
we're waiting
close to
for.
it.
So close.
You just
Mike's
keep
thing has
teasing
to-
me with a thing. I just want it already.
Mike's thing is the first thing.
Yeah.
But you guys made me feel bad about my thing.
Who's the last thing, though? Have you guys seen Billy's thing?
That's
No,
that's
Billy's
for later.
thing,
That's
it's
for
for
later.
later.
Okay.
That's for later.
All right.
It's regarding me, Billy's thing. I need to see it.
No, it's later. Don't worry.
Mike,
You might like it.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So you think that Tyreek Hill and the Dolphins might struggle early on, Dan? Do you think it's week 1 against the Patriots, or you think that's it?
the Patriots are in disarray. They're totally broken. The Dolphins have to break
So
them over
that's
their
a
knees.
win.
that's a win.
Yeah,
The
that's a
Dolphins
win.
have to go out there and be somebody that beats them 40 to 14.
1-0.
All right, you're,
About that.
There's a fine line between getting to my thing and not getting to my thing, and you're damn near getting to my thing.
Then they go up to Baltimore now.
Yep.
Here's
No,
the thing
I'm not
about
ready
that.
for
Did you
that.
see
Dan,
Lamar?
here's the
Did you
thing.
see Lamar Jackson on Twitter?
Exactly right. That's the thing. So what does Lamar do? Statement game for Lamar. Does he destroy the Dolphins, or does
Might
he
not play.
Does he make a statement?
Well, what are you doing,
The
Billy?
Ravens.
Because I understand that you're number 6 international insider, the
5.
Dookie.
There was an update.
Number 5, excuse me. I'm sorry. My ranking.
Samson's 9.
Forgive me, but I think you rushed past. You've been waiting forever to do week 1.
Billy, the Duke. Did you see Lamar Jackson?
Samson get it at
I
9.
did.
What do you mean?
Did you guys see Lamar Jackson's likes? Did you guys see his likes?
No.
Keep in mind, Lamar Jackson is representing himself in negotiation, so he's flatly responding to tweets that are alleging he walked away from $260 million. And he's like, nope, that the offer never came. And now he's on Twitter liking photos of him in a Dolphin uniform.
Yes. Right. Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's what I was alluding
Love
to.
that.
Exactly.
No, that's
Yeah.
not my
Alluded to.
What do you
thing.
mean by that?
That's
Yeah.
not my
That's
thing.
not even your thing. Is your thing bigger than that?
Yeah, my thing is bigger than this.
His thing's real. This is
Right.
Lamar Jackson just
yeah.
using
Yeah.
the Dolphins for leverage.
My thing
Yes.
is tangible.
Kind of showing his number, too, right? It's 250. Like, he's saying they didn't offer me 250.
Right.
Otherwise, I take 250.
Right.
Is the way I read
He
that.
wants more than Watson. That's
That thing's not even a real thing. You can touch, you can feel my thing.
Are we ready for it? Are you ready to show it?
Yeah, okay.
It's again underwhelming. We all understand. You're a reluctant hero. Look, it's cold and it's all shriveled up, and now it pales in comparison to the things you've seen.
Well, I'm going to try to tighten it up a little bit, make it presentable.
Okay, but you're not for the record. The enthusiasm has leaked out of you. You're not presenting it as some big thing. You're just like, okay, if I must show it because that's the best content play, I will show it. But it's pathetic.
I will personally guarantee the audience this. Miami Dolphins are making the playoffs.
Ow!
Wow.
And there's a personal guarantee with
Okay.
no consequences
Yeah.
attached if I'm
No,
wrong.
no, there have to be consequences.
No, don't.
Oh, well,
No,
that's
no.
why it's not a thing. That's why it can't be a big thing.
I tried to dress it up and guaranteed it, but it's just
Yeah, no,
it's
but
not
if-
even that impressive of a thing.
But Mike,
Right.
if
I
there were-
personally
You
feel
thought it was.
the Dolphins are making the playoffs.
Mike, if there had been consequences to that,
Stop trying to get me to shake my head again.
I'm not. No,
Now you're doing a thing.
You're not-
You're doing a
I don't
thing.
like your
Yeah.
thing. I
No. No. Your thing ends poorly for others.
No means no.
What do you think, Dan?
why
Dolphins playoffs? What do you think?
no. What I'm
why my
saying, I'm
armpits are
objecting
sweating.
to you going already to game 2 when
Big one.
No.
After
Yeah.
that tweet
It's
of
at
liking
Baltimore.
all
I
that.
can't. We
Right.
can't be. We can't
1
already
o'clock.
be at look ahead
Under
game
Armour.
just because I said game 1 was 40-14 Dolphins. We can't be at look ahead game. I'm not going to do the calendar with you guys right now.
Why?
They play Buffalo after that.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
a tough
and,
game.
then the Bengals.
Yeah, first 4 games are brutal.
Oh Jesus!
First 4 games are brutal.
One is a bunny.
The,
One's
fir-
a,
the,
one's
the
a
first
gimme
game is not brutal anymore.
Yeah, gimme game.
You look at the Patriots ahead of the season and go, oh, that's part of a tough schedule.
It
It's
is a
not.
W.
It's
It's a
not.
W.
It's not when
It better be.
every day at training camp, it's a new calamity for the New England
Well, this is-
Patriots,
this is-
coordinated by Matt Patricia.
But
By the way, have you ever seen Bill Belichick as excited as he was seeing Chris Berman yesterday just interrupt? And also
Boomer.
Chris Berman, the gall, just to kind of walk in as Coach Belichick's talking and just walk right in front of the camera. Very look at me, Louie, of Boomer. We can agree with that, right?
Yeah, but very few could do that, and I feel like Boomer's one of them.
Just
you know?
walked straight
Yeah.
ahead, right
Just
in front of the
waltzed right in.
camera, interrupted the coach.
Yeah.
A ruling been made, so that's good. That is look at me, Louie. Then was Dana White going to see Bill Belichick in the locker room? Was that also qualify? It qualifies. Okay, so the song is the verdict. Then anytime it plays, you've declared it a look at me, Louie situation. I'm not going through the calendar with you. I'm not going to do that right
Why?
now.
It's a schedule. Yeah, big time.
Yeah, not a calendar.
You will do that
Yeah.
on God Bless Football, and something we have not gotten to, Stugotz, because this is, I don't know why we wouldn't be running around here celebrating this. I read in Hawaii while I was on vacation.
The Big Island.
Wow, drop a name.
Heat didn't aggressively pursue Durant. Shams tells Stupidity.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
Decided
at
to
that?
work for like 1
Why
hour
are you
during
la-
vacation, and
Why are you laughing at that? Why did Greg Cody?
I don't know.
That is what just happened. Greg Cody. For those who do not know, Stugotz broke news that echoed from here to Hawaii.
We have exclusive audio courtesy of Stupidity. Here's Shams.
were the Heat even close?
The last time Stugotz, the Heat called the Nets was right around Summer League, or maybe even before that, which is, I mean, a month and a half ago, over a month. So no, I mean, they never really aggressively pursued a deal, because I think at the end of the day, they knew they would have had to gut multiple players.
Right. I mean, look, that's a thing. That's a big thing. It's
Thank
not
you.
as big as this thing, but
Right.
it is a thing.
But why'd you laugh the way you laughed? I mean,
the only
it's
reason
insulting.
I'm sorry.
No, this is
I mean,
what
I
happened.
promote your podcast all the time. I don't
Stugotz,
laugh at your podcast.
Stugotz, this is what happened, Stugotz. Greg Cody thinks he's more of a journalist than you. He is jealous because your podcast broke a thing, and Greg Cody's podcast, The Greg Cody Show, featuring Greg Cody.
Here we go. Oh, boy. With Greg Cody, by the way, not featuring. With
Fine.
Has not broken a story, but this week has former Miami Herald writer Jim Martz as a guest.
Marty.
Jim Martz is the man who hired me. And so the podcast is billed as Meet the Man Who Invented Greg Cody.
Was it really him or was it McKay again?
Don't worry. I asked him at the end of the interview. At the end of the interview, I was like, wait, are you Adam McKay?
Right. And he went, who? No, the only, and thank you for that Greg Cody Show plug. Really, really proud of this week's episode. Check it out. The only reason I laughed is that I didn't think that was big news right now. I thought it was pretty self-evident that the Dolphins were never going to give up Bam.
The Heat.
The Heat were never going to give up Bam Adebayo. And that was a deal breaker. You know, I mean, is anybody still expecting a run at Durant? I'm not.
It was, he's, not only did he laugh at your news.
I know what he's
now
doing.
he says it's
Yeah.
nothing news, and then
Right.
his podcast featuring Jim Martz
Right.
today is what you need to listen to if you want
Correct.
the real what's what
Yes,
of
right.
news and sports.
Yes.
I got to tell you, I'm there for Greg Cody's podcast. I want to hear more.
Well, but he did laugh.
I mean, the man
but
who invented Greg.
He
I
did
mean,
laugh.
made
No,
Greg.
but you're there, but he insulted you. He laughed at your journalism.
I did not
He
laugh.
did.
I
You did.
Yes.
You broke a story on
Yeah,
Stupidity.
I did.
You broke
Yeah.
a story.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Greg Cody has not broken a story.
No.
And Greg Cody is laughing at the idea of you're a newsbreaker. That's what just
Okay.
happened.
All
You
right.
laughed in his face.
Okay, so that's news right now. That's what you're saying.
Well, I think it's news that the Heat stopped pursuing Durant so long ago. That was news.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
would say
mean,
it is news, but I would offer a bit of context here because I think this is what happened. And I'm pretty sure that this is what happened. These things don't happen on our timelines. Whatever, like Durant's running around with this business agent of his, Rich Kleinman, who's making a lot of deals for him and doing for the brand, whatever it is Durant is doing for his brand. His brand is not very good now. You got Whittingham, because Barkley calls him Mr. Miserable. Barkley's still making money off his brand, is looking at Durant, okay, you're letting this guy run your career. This was put in the works a long time ago, and what Miami probably knew before all this stuff came out is they could have executed this with Bam and stopped talking in July or whenever it was because this had already played out with them behind the scenes because all you got to do is call Durant's guy over here and be like, it becomes tampering and everything else. You're not supposed to do that, but does it look to you like Kyrie Irving and Durant are playing by any rules right now? So if he wants to go to Miami, this stuff was already put in play, and Miami probably knew they were out a good while ago if they didn't give up Bam. And so we just found out later than everybody else. That's what I think happened.
Now, Sham said the deal didn't come together because Miami didn't want to gut their players. Do you think if you asked Pat Riley to actually gut one of his players in order to get Kevin Durant that he would do it?
That's a great question. Put it on the poll, Guillermo, at Le Batard Show. Would Pat Riley actually gut his roster?
But would he gut too?
Gut.
I think he would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to gut two to get Durant.
Who's he most likely to gut?
Yeah.
Looking at the roster.
Well, he didn't want to gut Hero. I mean,
Right. I think he would gut Kyle Lowry in a heartbeat.
Really?
Wouldn't
Extra
a
word.
lot of guts.
Wasn't that
Not enough.
wasn't
Depending on how you look at it.
Can't go over there and no guts.
man, that's amazing. What analysis of Kyle Lowry. No guts, too much gut. That is not the
Credit to him.
analysis.
He's putting in work this offseason.
But really, if you would say the trade really was, we can talk about machinations and third teams and everything else, but the trade really ends up being, would you be willing to give up Hero, Bam, and more? Everything for Durant. Like, it's got the roster. It's not, and maybe this guy, and you just keep a piece and you get a Kyle Lowry. No. Is it everything for Durant or not? Because he's going to
You do that, wouldn't you?
Well, but he didn't.
But I'm asking you, would you do it? I'm surprised Riley didn't do it. He had a chance to have Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler.
It feels like the NBA just said in one strong voice, we are not going to establish this trade precedent and give you more than what Rudy Gobert got when Rudy Gobert didn't want to leave Utah. You have a disgruntled superstar, and we are not going to set this new high water mark.
Aging disgruntled superstar.
I also think that Kevin Durant, in having it out there, I want to go to Boston, but I want to play with Marcus Smart. I want to go to Miami, but I want to play with Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler. I want to go here, but I want to play with this player.
Making it very hard.
He's trying
Ridiculous.
to make it enough of a mess so that the trading team has some form of leverage to where they can offer the poo-poo platter offer that gets offered on sports radio all the time, so that Kevin Durant can join a very good team. But the Brooklyn Nets obviously want an amazing haul of picks and players for Durant.
Whittingham, what I'm telling you though, and this is it really is speculation from me. It is just watching Pat Riley work for many years. If I had to guess what happened here, because I don't know if what I'm speculating to you is so or not. People think these kinds of deals are all layered, and you've just seen in Durant, hey, AAU business has come to sports. You can do it LeBron's way, or you might do it a messier way, where the way that Durant's doing it. And this is months ago somebody saying to Durant's camp, hey, it can't be pried out this way. The next step is do what adorable Goran Dragic did and no one saw coming in Phoenix. Go make a public mess and get out of there. Like, all of that was instigated before we saw it. We saw it, my guess, just watching Riley work over the years. We saw it because Durant was told, hey, go make a mess. Go make the biggest mess if you want to get out of there. And then they realized they couldn't pull him out, and now Durant goes back there for what Jay Williams is saying, the most pressurized season in the history of sports. That's what Jay Williams is calling it.
Brooklyn?
That's what he's saying.
No one's a Brooklyn fan. There's no consequences. Were there any this year?
He says the greatest pressure of any team, not just in basketball, in ever.
Out of here.
Wow.
That's funny. Yeah.
I'd argue it's not the most pressurized season of Kevin Durant's career.
Dude, a
Like
tree fell.
the first year Golden State.
Yes.
Like, if that didn't work, then holy shit.
Right.
No, not a word really last year. I mean, get out of here. More pressurized than the Heat of a couple of years ago. Out of here. It's
Well,
Brooklyn
LeBron's
Nets.
first year,
They don't
you're
even
saying.
have a fan base.
Yes.
This is the furthest we've been from Stugotz and Greg's thing.
Yeah.
It's true. We're
You
veering
could probably
away.
still feel it, but
No, I mean, Sue's thing is so big that you could probably feel it all the way over there.
yeah.
Deion Sims would like a word.
Do you feel as whack as it feels? Like, do you feel sad as you're saying some of these names?
Yes.
The Dolphins.
Farrell Edmonds
There
would
you
like
go.
a word.
That's a good one.
go.
Farrell Edmonds, the originator of the seam, running down the seam. He's a big dude. How can anybody ever cover him?
The Jordan Cameron Reclamation Project would like a word.
God, I need to go watch ESPN Classic tape of Farrell Edmonds to see how slow that looks compared to what Gesicki is now.
He was good, though.
I
Farrell.
agree.
He was good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But so was Bruce Hardy and Joe Rose and all these guys who weren't the Frankensteins of today.
Yeah.
When they're like 6'9" machines running down the field.
And Jim Mandich, all right, Miami.
Mad
He
Dog.
can have all the words he wants.
Billy, how do we get closer to the Giant thing?
Well, we're kind of getting back in that direction, I'd say.
All right, so the Dolphin season of excitement, the Dolphin season. Am I close?
Why don't we do this? Why don't we just do weeks 2 and 3 on the schedule, and then see if that gets us closer to
That's
the
not
thing.
gonna come on
At
Billy.
the Ravens.
No, Billy, you're just trying to
WL.
be that. No.
They're 1-0.
All right, tell us what's going to happen, Billy, and then get to the thing, man. Like, enough with the foreplay.
What's going to happen?
Yeah, just go ahead. Game 2, 3, and 4.
Well, I'm asking you. It's your prediction.
I
Mike already has them making the play. You don't care. Whoa.
Guaranteed it.
Mike guaranteed they're going to be in the playoffs. Stugotz and Greg's thing is, a cousin of this game.
But I've got the place that you will find me right now as we talk about whether or not before the end of the local hour we will see this giant thing is I have already given you 40-14 Dolphins week 1. I never do that.
Wow.
Score.
You've skipped past this
score.
because you're playing a game and I'm serious. Yeah. I'm the one who gets the consequences of these stupidities when I make the predictions.
Who cares?
Stupidities.
I mean, come on. A couple of people on Twitter. Who cares?
Consequences.
Dan had the Dolphins over the Patriots 40-14 at week 1. Said it a month ago. Tell them to go bleep themselves. Wow. Seriously.
Yeah.
Stupidity with newsbreakers, Stugotz.
Yeah. I love a poo-poo platter.
He's laughing at you again.
No, I'm not.
Stugotz, he's laughing.
am not.
What do you can't say you're...
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing in general. I'm a happy person. Man, am I happy. Life is good. It's fantastic.
You think you're happy now?
Yeah.
Until Sue shows you his thing.
Oh, I know his thing. It's a co-thing.
Yeah.
All right.
It's our thing.
Now,
That's right. It's our thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to.
who sings that?
The Isley Brothers, right?
Yeah, I think so.
How do you know that?
It's your thing.
I grew up listening to the music, Stugotz. That's how I
Do what you
know.
want to do.
Stugotz is confusing Isley Brothers with
Howard Isley.
With
Point guard for the Jazz. Solid player.
Yeah, nice little player.
Yeah, nice. You're right. He is. Nice little player. Yeah.
Thank you, Greg.
You're welcome. Love that song.
Do you realize how old you've been skewing on our show recently?
Not a gray hair in his head, though.
No.
Looks great. I didn't want to say anything.
What can I tell you?
He looks very young. He does. He looks and his.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to do week 1? Do you want to? So what is your homer
You already
pick?
did it.
Homer
we're on
pick
week 2 now,
for the Miami Dolphins. No, I did it, but Greg Cody's not. I'm calling him a homer, and I just said Dolphins easy 40-14 week 1, as if I've done that one time in the last 20 years.
I'm not disagreeing. Obviously, my picks don't come out till next week. They're online every Thursday and in print Friday.
Yeah.
But I don't see Miami losing the opener at home to New England. I don't, and I'm very impressed with the Dolphins. I did not think the way they handled Philadelphia in the last preseason game was a fluke at all. I think they're going to be really good, and I feel like I can't say any more because it's thing related.
No, well then we're here. Then we got here. No, you can say now we're here. Naturally, we're here.
Okay, Stugotz, I would like you to have the honor to reveal the thing.
You want me to show Dan our thing?
I would like you to.
All right.
Yep.
Let me show you our thing, Dan.
It's official because it's on a sheet of paper.
I'm just going to hold it up, Dan. You can tell the audience all about our thing, okay?
Oh, Dolphins win the Super Bowl.
You're welcome.
It's a big thing.
First time since '73.